So yesterday I have stopped talking about the properties of analytic function. What was the first property, ma?
Ma'am, that they prove that they satisfies Laplacian equations.
Yeah, what is the Laplace equation?
Dou square v of, if v is any function, then dou square of v is equals to 0.
Second order partial derivative with respect to vxx plus vyy will be equal to 0. Not only the vxx, it should be v should be a function of x and y such that the second order partial derivative vxx plus vyy is equals to 0. That was the first property I said. Okay. Now we are going to talk about the second property. Just take down. So what is your second property says is got on video. Okay, fine. Just open the board 1 minute. Okay, can take down the second property is.
Ma'am, if you don't, acha, okay, no problem.
What happened, ma?
Nothing, ma'am, nothing.
Okay, if W is equal.
I'm sorry, yesterday gave the other one, right, about the harmonic function. So
yes, I gave harmonic function. I gave the second, I mean, after the property one, I gave you the definition of harmonic function because that is needed to prove the second property. So that's why I'm telling it. And I told you that U is a harmonic conjugate of V and V is a harmonic conjugate of U. All these things I gave you in the last class. Now we are going to see the property 2 of the analytic function. What does the property 2 says this? Take down. If W is equals to X plus IY, sorry, U plus IV. W always I am taking it as U plus IV. U plus IV. W is equals to U plus IV is an analytic function. Is an analytic function. Then the family, sorry, then the curves of the family. Then the curves of the family U of X comma Y equal to C1. Then the curves of the family U of X comma Y equal to C1 cut orthogonally the curves of the family V of X comma Y is equals to some C2. V of X comma Y is equals to C2 where C1 and C1 or C2 are constants, where C1 and C2 are constants. This is your second property. Okay, if W is equals to U plus IV, U is equals to, that is, you have W is equals to U plus IV is your given function. That is, this is your f of z. You know that U is a function of x and y, V is a function of x and y. Take this real part to some equation, equate this imaginary part to some constants C1, C2, and you treat this as one curve, this as one curve. These two curves cut orthogonally. What do you mean by orthogonally, ma? Slopes of the curve will be
perpendicular
to each. Yeah, m1 into m2 will be equal to -1. Perpendicular to each other. The slopes of the curve will be perpendicular to each other. So that we are going to show. Okay. So write down. Just we'll do the proof. So given f of z is equals to u plus iv is analytic. F of z is equals to u plus iv is analytic. Consider u of x comma y is equals to some c1. Consider u of x comma y is equals to c1. We will try to find the slope of this curve. Okay, now suppose we want slope. So du by dx we want. Okay, du by dx. How will be du by dx, ma? U is a function of x and y.
U of x comma y minus, here limits will use, ma'am.
No, partial total derivative. How it will be? We want normal derivative of x. It will be dou u by dou x plus dou u by dou y into dy by dx. You would have studied implicit functions, explicit functions, all these things, right? So we want du by dx. U is a function of x and y. We want du by dx, but u is a function of x and y. How it will be? Partial derivative, right? U is a function of x and y. So dou u by dou x plus dou u by dou y into dy by dx. Okay. From this, what you can do is, yeah, so it is given f of z equal to u plus iv is an analytic function. We have considered u of x comma y is equals to cn, and we know that du by dy is equal to this one. From this, try to rewrite this function. Okay, we will try to rewrite this function. Okay, so this you can take some slope m1. Okay, this you can take 1 minute. Wait, I made one mistake. For taking the slope, let me write it. Now see, listen, I want du by dx. You know that u of x comma y is a constant. What will be in general du by dx? This will be equal to 0.
Oh.
You understand? This will be equal to 0. Now you equate this. You get this quantity. Dou u by dou x plus dou u by dou y into dy by dx is equals to 0. Bring this dou u by dou x to the other side. So you'll get dou u by dou y into dy by dx is equals to minus dou u by dou x. I have just brought this term to the right hand side, minus dou u by dou x. So I can write dy by dx is equals to this. I can write it as ux minus ux, and dou u by dou y I can write it as uy. This you can say it some m1. Now this you can say it as m1. Take this as equation number 1. Take this as equation number 1. You understood what I have run? This is from considering. You are considering du by d, u of x comma y to constant. So that's why I'm getting the differentiation of this is equals to 0. But how will be the differentiation? This is the way the differentiation will be. Similarly, consider v of x comma y is equals to some c2. V of x comma y is equals to c2. Now find dv by dx. Now find dv by dx. How will be dv by dx? Again, dou v by dou x plus dou v by dou y into dy by dx. This will be equal to 0 because v of x comma y is equals to c2. Now this implies dou v by dou x plus dou v by dou y into dy by dx is equals to 0. So I can write this as vx plus vy into dy by dx is equals to 0. Now you rewrite it. Once you rewrite it, you will get dy by dx is equals to minus vx by vy. We will get minus vx by vy. Okay. Now this you can treat it as m2. Okay, this you can take it as m2. Take this as equation number 2. Now what is given, ma? Given f of z is equals to u plus iv is analytic. So once it is analytic, it will satisfy CR equations. Ux is equals to vy and uy is equals to minus vx. Okay. Now what we will do? We will try to find we will try to write m2 in terms of u. Okay, this implies m2 is equals to, I can write minus vx as uy, and what I can write vy as ux I can write. Take this as equation number 3. Now find m1 into m2. Now find m1 into m2. Okay, what is your m1? M1 is minus ux minus by uy. Minus ux by uy. And what is your m2, ma? M2 is uy by ux. Uy by ux. So ux, uy will be getting cancelled. You get m1 into m2 equal to minus 1. If the product of the slope is minus 1, you know that the two curves are orthogonal to each other. So you can write down the product of the slope is equals to minus 1. Therefore, the two curves, what are the two curves? U of x comma y equal to c1 and v of x comma y is equals to c2 are orthogonal to each other. Are orthogonal to each other. You all understood?
Yes, I'm going to show the B part. I don't know.
This one, ma?
B
Which one?
part, B part.
This one, right?
Yeah, ma'am, one second.
V of x comma y equal to C2 ma. This is a this is you are considering one more that is imaginary part to be some constant. Now what we want dv by dx, but we know that the v is a function of x and y, so we can write this as dou v by dou x plus dou v by dou y into dy by dx. But in general, the dv by dx will be equal to 0 because the given function is constant. We are considering the given function to be constant. So I'm taking this part alone. I'm just proving that m2 is equals to minus Vx by Vy. Then I'm using the concept of the CR equation. I'm replacing Vx and Vy in terms of U and V. Uy and Ux. Then I'm finding the product of slopes.
Okay, ma'am, got it.
Yeah. After writing this, you can just make a note of it. Sorry. The two families are called orthogonal trajectories. Orthogonal trajectories to one another. Because sometimes they will give you a problem and they will ask you to show that the two curves are orthogonal trajectories. So in that case, you have to show that the slope of the two equations, the product of the slope of the two equations is equals to -1. That's more than enough. Okay.
Could you go to the previous slide for a minute? Okay, thank you.
Okay. You are going to do the problem next one. Take down. Check whether the given function is harmonic. Check whether the given function is harmonic. 3x square y minus y cube. We can take let some u is equals to. Check whether the given function is harmonic. What you have to show, ma? You show ux, uxx, you find uy, find uyy. Then find uxx plus uyy is equals to what? Tell me. Just check it and tell me.
Ma'am, it is harmonic.
It is harmonic. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. At 0. That's it.
So what is your ux? Partial differentiation with respect to x. So it will be 6x. 6xy, right? Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
uxx will be 6y. What will be your uy? It will be 3y minus, sorry. It will be 3x square minus 3y square. So what will be your uyy? 6y. So uxx plus uyy is equals to 0. Tell me, ma.
I'm 0, therefore coming 0.
Yeah.
Yes,
So therefore, the given function is harmonic. Right on. Therefore, the given function is harmonic. Now you understood the harmonicity, how to prove that harmonicity. Sometimes no, they will give you u, they will ask you to find even the harmonic conjugate. That I'll teach you along with the construction of analytic functions. That is your next topic.
How do we calculate harmonic conjugate?
Harmonic conjugate, it is simple. Now suppose you are taking this as u. This is a given function, right? This is your u. Okay. Now we want to find harmonic conjugate. What is your harmonic conjugate, ma? V. Okay. What will be your dv? Can anyone say me what will be your dv? Vx dx plus vy dy. Why? Because v is a function of x and y. Sometime back I wrote no. Here I wrote no. What did I write here? dv by dx. Take that dx to the other side. So you'll get dv is equals to vx plus vy into same thing. I'm writing it here. Vx dx, vy dy.
So, ma'am, we have to calculate this.
Yes.
For calculating the
Now,
harmonic.
yes. Wait. How will you calculate Vx and Vy? You don't know. So since it is harmonic, you know that the given function will be analytic. When you will prove the harmonicity, only if the function is analytic. Since it is analytic, it will satisfy CR equations. Yes or no? So since it is analytic, it will satisfy CR equation. What are CR equation? Ux is equals to Vy and Uy is equals to minus Vx. Replace it. dv will be equal to, in the place of Vx, you can replace it by minus Uy into dx. In the place of Vy, you can replace it by Ux into dy. Now you know the value of, you know the value of Uy. What is Uy? Uy is 3x square minus 3y square. So minus of 3x square minus 3y square. You understood? 3x square minus 3y square into dx plus, what is your ux? Ux is 6xy. 6xy into dy. Now what we want? We want v. So integrate it. So integral dv will be equal to minus integral 3x square minus 3y square into dx plus integral 6xy into dy. Now listen. So integral dv will become v. And here you have to integrate it with respect to x. So you'll get minus 3x cube by 3. Then the other term will become minus 3xy square minus 3xy square plus the other term will become again 6x into y square by 2. 6x into y square by 2.
Ex
Minus one mistake I did. See, here one minus sign is there, here one minus sign is there. Minus of minus, this will become plus. This will become plus. So what is your v is minus x cube plus 3xy square. So this and this will be getting cancelled. This is same term, ma. These both are same terms. So you can write it once. When you are finding d pi, you remember you find out d pi. What is this d pi? Grade pi. From the grade pi, we find what is that? Scalar potential pi. You remember from the grade, what is grade pi, ma? Del square pi. What is del square? Del square is your Laplace equation. Laplace equation, right? Dou square pi by dou x square plus dou square pi by dou y square. So you, when you're finding grade pi, you will omit the repeated terms. You will omit the repeated terms. Similarly, you can write x cube 3xy square. One more time 3xy square is there. No need to write it. So this is your v.
Can you
So
please
this
show
is
the
your
previous,
harmonic conjugate. What, ma?
can you show the previous slide, ma'am?
Yeah. Not this slide, right?
Yes, ma'am. Can you please wait?
Yeah, I'll wait. No issues. I thought I'll do another problem, but anyways, no issues.
Why should we consider the other three xy square, ma'am?
Actually, no, ma. Actually, del square is nothing but your gradient. Gradient is what? It is a scalar or a vector quantity?
The vector.
Gradient will be a vector quantity. Grade pi, del pi.
Yes, ma'am. Gradient is a vector quantity, ma'am.
Del pi is a vector quantity.
Grade is scalar, curl is vector.
Curl is vector. That one, this is a scalar quantity, right? What is actually happening? You're just increasing the scalar there. 6xy square, nothing else. The
Okay, ma'am,
constant
got
will
it,
get
ma'am.
changed. The constant is getting changed, not necessary. When you're writing the function, write it once. Even if you write 6, there is no harm. But why I'm asking you to write it properly, because suppose they are asking you to find analytic function z. So it will be of the form u plus iv. So once you write this 6, there will be a quantity 3 multiplied. So which will give you that increment in the answer, which is not correct. So that's why. Someone was writing, sorry. Yeah. Once you finish, you tell me, ma.
Ma'am, I want to ask one thing, ma'am.
Yeah,
Ma'am,
tell me.
since
Yeah.
we're integrating 6x by dy also, but we haven't written it in v form, ma'am. Like v is equals to minus x cube plus 3xy square plus 3xy square. Shouldn't
That's
we
what I'm
write?
saying. Not necessary, dear, because see, this is your exact differential. This is your exact differential. From this, we are trying to find v. So repeated terms, we need not write it because again, it's going to be a replica of only the constant will get changed. So in the place of 3x square, it is going to become 6. That's all.
Okay, ma'am.
So whenever you have repeated terms, you need not write it. Write it only once. That's more than enough. That will give you the exact function. Even if you write it is not wrong, yeah, it is correct only. Yeah. Where it will become wrong, you know. Suppose they ask you to find f of z and you write f of z equal to u plus iv. This will be giving you the wrong answer. So that's why I'm asking you to write it only once.
Okay, ma'am.
I'm still confused. So suppose you had one more 3xy square. Yeah,
No need to
totally
write
three.
here. No need to
Only
write.
one is enough.
Ma'am, I'm also
Suppose-
still confused, ma'am.
Let me tell you. See, you are confused because you are not good at calculus, I guess. That's the problem. That's why I gave you this example. D pi you are finding. Grade pi you are finding. From the grade pi, we find the scalar potential pi. You remember this in the calculus we did. You would have studied calculus, right? Yes,
Yes,
or no?
ma'am, percent.
Everyone
Yes,
is
ma'am.
keeping
Yes,
quiet.
ma'am.
In
Yes,
the
ma'am.
calculus, when we are finding y, because what is your del ma? Del is I into dou by dou x plus j into dou by dou y plus k into dou by dou z. This is your del. What will be your del square? What will be your
Ma'am,
del
del
square?
square is
Dou square by dou x square plus dou square by dou y square plus dou square by dou z square. This I, j, k will become all I square, I dot I, j dot j, all those concepts will come, k dot k will come. So this is going to be there. So when you are integrating these terms, when you are finding this pi, same terms will come. So we will avoid those terms and we will write only one time. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am. Got it,
Same
ma'am.
thing we are
Got it,
doing
ma'am.
here. Same thing we are doing here. Nothing else. Nothing else. So whenever you are finding from dv, you are finding v, just remember, don't write the repeated terms. And you remember, if it is plus here, here also will plus quantity only will be there. Plus and minus will not be there. Then you have done some mistake in your problem. Generally. If you understand what I'm saying, don't write the repeated terms alone. So you
Okay,
can
ma'am.
even have one more term here, x cube. Don't write one more time. Just write one time. That's more than enough. Okay, fine. Okay, what I was talking about, yeah. So this is about finding the harmonicity and finding the harmonic conjugate also we finished. Okay, now we will talk about the construction of analytic function. So all these days what we are trying to prove, we were trying to see whether the given function was analytic or not, whether the given function is differentiable or not. These type of problems only we have been seeing. Now what we are going to do is we are going to use construction of the analytic function. Okay, construction of analytic function. Okay, so there, what is the first method we are going to
Have you
use when
told-
you're what
have you
dear?
taken- Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, board was lagging.
Okay, so construction of analytic function. So in that, first we are going to use Milne-Thomson method. This is the method we are going to use to construct the analytic function. Okay, to analytic function. Okay, to find f of z. What is your f of z? F of z is your analytic function. Okay, to find f of z when u is given. That is, real part is given. Okay, to find the analytic function, I'll write small u. To find f of z when u is given. Now what is given, dear? U is given. Remember, the real part is given. You have to construct the analytic function. Okay, you all taken down this.
Yes, ma'am.
Now listen, what is your f of z, ma? F of z is equals to u plus iv. Can anyone tell me what will be f dash of z? What will be f dash of z? U is a function of x and y, right? Suppose you are finding derivative with respect to x, it will be ux plus ivx. It will be ux plus ivx. Now, what is given? U is given. U is given. Now, we will try to change this vx in terms of u itself. How can we change this? What is given? We are taking the question itself, construction of analytic function. Okay, f of z is analytic. F of z is analytic. Since f of z is analytic, ux will be equal to vy and uy will be equal to minus vx. So what will be your f dash of z? Your f dash of z will be ux plus I into vx. I can replace in terms of minus uy. Okay, now your f dash of z will become ux minus I into uy. Ux minus I into vy. Okay, what does this Milne-Thomson method says? Okay, what does this Milne-Thomson method says is, Milne-Thomson method, it is full, write the full form. Milne-Thomson method says you take pi 1 of z comma 0. Okay, you take pi 1 of z comma 0 is equals to ux and pi 2 of z comma 0 to be uy. You take pi 1 of pi 1 of z comma 0 to ux and pi 2 of z comma 0 to uy. What do you mean by that? In this term, wherever you have ux, replace x by z and y by 0 in the ux term. And similarly, in the uy term, replace x by 0, x by z and y by 0 in the uy. Okay,
Can you
in
please
the uy.
repeat just said? Can you please repeat from 5-1?
Milne-Thomson method says take, simply write down like this, that will be understanding. Take ux, the quantity ux as pi 1 of z comma 0 and uy as pi 2 of z comma 0. You know that u is a function of x and y. In x and y, replace x by z, y by 0. Okay, replace x by z, y by 0. That is taken in the ux. That is taken as pi 1 of z comma 0 and this is taken as pi 2 of z comma 0. Okay, after that, what you're going to do is take this as equation. Okay, I didn't say this. Okay, take this as equation number f dash of z. Take this as equation number 1 and these as equation number 2 and this is as equation number 3. Substitute 2 and 3 in 1. Substitute 2 and 3 in 1. What is your 1? F dash of z. F dash of z. So what is your ux? Ux you are going to substitute as a pi 1 of z comma 0. Pi 1 of z comma 0 plus I into instead of that you can take this as equation number 1. I'll write it as a, make it this as 1 because we have converted, right? You can take this as 1. So ux as pi 1 of z comma 0. Ux as pi 1 of z comma 0 plus I into minus I into minus I into pi 2 of z comma 0. Pi 2 of z comma 0. Now what we want actually, we want f of z. How will you get f of z? Integrating. You'll get f of z is equals to integral pi 1 of z comma 0 into dz minus I into pi 2 of z comma 0 into dz. Okay, integrating pi 1 of z comma 0 into dz minus I into pi 2 of z comma 0 into dz. This will give you my analytic function f of z when u is given. This will give you the analytic function f of z when u is given. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Similarly, okay, to construct the analytic function f of z, okay, to construct the analytic function f of z, simply you can write down to find f of z when v is given. When v is given, what is given, ma? V is given. Remember what you're using? You're using Milne-Thomson method. Okay, you're going to use Milne-Thomson method. Now again, we know that Instead of v node, you can just write down given f of z is equals to u plus iv is analytic function. And what will be your f dash of z again? Ux plus I into vx. Now what is given? Your f of z is analytic given, analytic. So therefore ux will be equal to vy and uy will be equal to minus vx. So using that concept, your f dash of z will become, I know v is given, so convert this u in terms of v. So it will become vy plus I into vx. Vy plus I into vx. Okay. Again, by Milne-Thomson method. Okay, Milne-Thomson method, what you're going to do is pi1 of z comma 0 is equals to vx and pi2 of z comma 0 as vy. You will take pi1 of z comma 0 as vx and pi2 of z comma 0 as vy. So in that case, what you will get?
Ma'am, can you show the previous slide?
Ma'am, same equation will be there as come in case of when u was given.
Not same equation will be there.
Pi2
Pi1 of z
comma
become
0 plus
pi2 of z
Pi2
comma
of z
0
plus
plus I in pi1 of z comma 0, you will get plus sign will be there. That is the only difference. Plus sign will be there. And I am always taking differentiation with respect to x as 1, differentiation with respect to y as 2. This I am fixing. You can even interchange it, yeah? There is no harm. This is only the name given, right? 1 and 2 are name givens. Just remember this, okay? Pi1 of
pi2 are constant, right?
Integrating you get f of z will be equal to pi2 of z comma 0 into dz integral plus I into integral pi1 of z comma 0 into dz. That's all.
Excuse me.
Yeah, tell me. Yeah.
Just want to ask these phi1 and phi2. Only phi1 and phi2 are constants, right? Like 1, 2, 3 or something like that, or any variable.
No, you cannot say it is a constant. It's a name. You can
Okay,
even
ma'am.
take this as some beta 1, beta 2 also. No harm. It's a name. Those are not constants. Only the thing is always replace x by z and y by 0. This is only Milne-Thomson method says. When you do problems, you will understand. Okay. So Milne-Thomson method says that replace x by z and y by 0. And you should remember when u is given, you have minus sign here. When v is given, there is no minus sign. There is no minus sign. And I have always maintained it only for your convenience. In the books, if you see, it will be different. For your convenience, I have retained 1 with respect to x, 2 with respect to y, so that you will not forget. Because even here I have maintained that. See, even here I have taken 1 differentiation with respect to x, 2 means I am writing with respect to y. Same thing you follow so that you will not make mistakes. 1 with respect to x, 2 with respect to y. But if you see books now, they would have interchanged this. So don't get confused when you see the books. Is it clear? We'll wind up here, yeah. Problems we'll do in the next class. Tell me, ma.
That integrating equation will last phi to z comma 0 or x comma 0?
Z ma. Milne-Thomson method means z. We are finding analytic function. Analytic function will be in terms of z. Z.
And basically we'll be integrating that x which is replaced by z.
Yes. It's very simple actually. Okay, next things I'll teach you in the next class. And other than that, just remind me in the next class about giving you the harmonicity in polar coordinates. I forgot to give the harmonicity in the polar coordinates. That I'll give it in the next class. In the polar coordinates, it will not be equal to URR plus UT theta. It will not be equal to that. Okay, so in the next class, I'll give you that. And tomorrow's class, tomorrow we have class. We have class at 3, I guess, right? 3 to 4, right?
Yes,
Just check it.
At 3.
3. Actually, 3:15, 3:30 we have a meeting. Say they asked us to cancel the classes tomorrow. If in case it is needed, I will take class in the what is that, virtual hour. We have no one more hour which is meant for that. If it is needed, I'll take in that time. I'll compensate that time for tomorrow class. So tomorrow there is no class for you.
Okay, ma'am.
So there is no class tomorrow. So again we are meeting on Friday, I guess, correct?
Friday.
Friday.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So Friday I'll freshly start with Millie-Thompson method. That's why I didn't do the problem. Okay.
Ma'am, on Friday we have to do that harmonicity.
What year? Friday?
On Friday only we have to do the harmonicity in polar form, right?
Yeah, we will do even harmonicity in the polar form. Both things we'll do. Even we'll do construction. We will do even the this one. Yes.
Ma'am,
Any other?
what is
Okay.
about tomorrow's class?
Tomorrow there is no class. So don't come and sit and wait and go. I'm informing you there is no class.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
I'll just take the attendance, then you can leave. 1 minute. Aviraj Singh is here. Then Surya Sai. Mani Preetham. Pritish Chakraborty. Surya Gunanidhi. Adrita. Aldrin Antonio. Shreyas Gosavi.
Ma'am, this is Surya Sai.
Surya Sai. Surya Gunanidhi, I said, ma. Wait, I'll confirm with your register number. 1 minute, wait. Let me finish this. Shreyas Gosavi. Surya Gunadhi. It is 19 BMA 0053. Surya. 19 BMA 0053. Navanita Krishna. Then Venkata. Wait, let me say the name. Venkata Sai. No, Venkata Nag. What is that? Venkata Naga Sai Aditya. Pranav Narayanan.
Yes, ma'am. Present, ma'am.
You're here. Shamin. Samin M.
Yes, ma'am, I'm here.
Okay, dear. For all others, I'm giving you attendance. You can leave.
Thank you, ma'am.
Ma'am,
Thank you,
Thank you,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
ma'am.
Good evening, ma'am.
ma'am,
Evening, ma.
Thank you,
Tell
ma'am.
me, ma.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
ma'am, this is Surya Sai.
Tell me,